Theology in 3 minutes. Topic: the moral argument, also known as the argument from moral objectivity. There are two philosophies about where human morality comes from. Moral objectivity suggests that there is a real, universal law, a code of conduct that exists independent of human opinion, and that mankind must struggle to discover it. Moral subjectivity, on the other hand, claims that morality is a social construct built on culture and history. What's moral to you might be immoral to another, and vice versa. Looking through human history, one might be forgiven for seeing truth in moral subjectivity. Slavery, for example, was an institution that stretches back almost as far as civilization itself. Women have often been seen as inferior, used for politics, pleasure, and only rarely seen as people. Even today, parts of the world still wrestle with slavery and systemic misogyny, yet these practices are dying out. In the developed world, they're rightly seen as reprehensible. Humanity seems to be progressing morally, a sign, it would seem, that morality evolves along with society. So perhaps morality is subjective, changing with time and place. But here's what that line of thought overlooks. If morality truly is subjective, then the inverse must also be true, that immorality is also subjective. When the Nazi officers stood trial at Nuremberg, their defense was chillingly simple. We were following our own laws, our own moral code. And if morality is nothing more than jurisdiction, then on what grounds could the Allies condemn them? If right and wrong are merely perspective, then wrong is simply what we dislike. Nothing more than personal preference. However, deep down we all know that's absurd. What happened in those camps wasn't wrong for some, it was wrong for everyone. And that's where moral objectivity comes in. We instinctively appeal to a moral standard higher than cultural opinion. That higher standard, that universal moral law, was exactly what the prosecution invoked at Nuremberg. They appealed to something beyond law, beyond culture, to humanity's shared recognition of moral truth. They appealed to the Allies and the Germans, shared Christian history, and found them guilty by Christian standards. Without moral objectivity, one cannot ever say something is truly evil, and yet we do. Constantly. When we as a society denounce cruelty, injustice, or deceit, we appeal to a moral law that is written into our very nature, one that calls us upward toward goodness. Thus, the ever-changing progress of human morality is not evidence of subjectivity, but rather, it is evidence that it is moving linearly upwards towards an objective goal. Humanity has always known the difference between right and wrong. We stumble toward it, fall from it, rise again, guided by a truth older than time itself. Many simply call that truth good, but religion has always called him God.